You're cutting this out, right?
Yeah.
No, this is how we started.
Wait,
Raw.
it's raw footage.
Okay, ready?
Raw.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Back week 3, new year, Seeing the Field Sports. June's back, baby. Let's go. Round of applause.
Thank you guys.
Made the trip down from London.
Yep.
Yeah. How you feeling, June?
Feeling great. You know, I'm back in the pod.
Any beef with our new co-host?
Man, this guy's gotta watch his tone. I gotta say, he's a Niners fan, so I can't say a whole lot.
All right, guys. So divisional round happened. I'm upset. Some of the very tough week. Bills and Bucks both out. Quez, very happy as you see him rocking all the 49er stuff. This guy's been up for a while.
I'm just a fan. I'm just a casual fan now.
He's just here so he won't get fined.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bengals Titans. I would thought is gonna be a bit not as close. I thought Bengals were gonna win by not a lot more, but by a bit more. But when I was watching the game, Joe Burrow got sacked nine times. That's nuts. You'd never hear that. And the fact that they even won is surprising. And then obviously on the flip side, you have Ryan Tannehill throwing 3 interceptions, right?
And a couple big ones too, especially at the end with what was it, 20-something?
Yeah,
seconds?
they could have done a game-winning drive. Or no, it was tied.
Yeah, it was tied.
Then Evan McPherson, Money McPherson, might be colder than Joe. He made a big kick. I'm happy to see them win. Jamar Chase, this next game, 1 game away from.
And we also, to be fair with the Bengals too, we also knew their O-line was bad.
Yeah.
They're always remember that the draft, everyone wanted to get a Penny Sewell.
Yeah.
So I think you kind of just knew it was gonna happen in 1 game that Burrow gets sacked.
Yeah.
And they had Derrick Henry as well, and they still didn't.
He didn't really look like Derrick Henry.
I think they made the right choice by sitting him for the few games because they said he could have came back a week earlier, but you sit him, hope he's rest. But I think when you're not when it's your first game at playoff game,
it's a risk.
You haven't played in a while. You're gonna be cold. You're not gonna be as he has having such a good season. You're not gonna start right back from where you were. You kind of need a little bit of
dry spot. You're just dry. You're not used to all this competitive game.
Exactly.
Fuck.
And then
with this one, the Titans and the Packers, obviously, I don't know if that bye week didn't let them play to their full potential, but they both lost. Both number 1 seeds lost.
And that was the first time I think they said forever, just in a while, where both seeds from the AFC and NFC didn't advance.
Obviously, the Packers is more of because we've been saying I don't think anyone had them winning in our bracket.
Yeah,
I had them winning the whole thing.
Yeah,
you guys had them making it to the divisional round though.
No, I had Packers.
I didn't.
I'm the Titans. The Titans.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
I knew they were gonna lose to the Bengals. Yeah.
Because the Packers everyone thought they were gonna win and move on, right, and go possibly to the Super Bowl. But the Titans, I don't think anyone had them, at least for us, and they just didn't look good all year.
And you watch the Bengals the last game before the playoff, they were hot.
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna go far anyway.
Yeah, and then I was trying to say Jamar Chase, this next upcoming game, means 1 more 100+ yard game, he breaks the record.
That'd be
for a
sick.
playoff.
Yeah,
that's so sick.
And he didn't even have that great of a game against the Titans. Obviously, he had 1 big play that got 70 yards or whatever. No, bro, I like T. Higgins a lot, but he dropped a lot of balls. Pause, but he dropped there was catches that he should have made, and then Joe Burrow stopped throwing to him as much. But if he would have caught some of those passes, it would have been a different score, just because you keep the drive going, you get back into the red zone, another field goal that puts this game out of right. I don't know. I'm happy with the overall game. I'm happy the Bengals win. Yeah. Joe Burrow was the best first round pick in the past 10 years. He's the first round pick to make it to the playoffs. The wild card now, a conference, and now he's in the divisional.
Mm-hmm.
No other first round picks done that. And then you think about the Bengals were a rebuilding team. Okay, yeah.
Did he just die or something? Super Bowl first year.
Okay, but as a quarterback, usually
and a comeback too.
I know. Quarterbacks just.
Because as a quarterback, you're going there to rebuild the franchise.
Nick Bosa tore his ACL.
But I'm saying
as 15 sacks.
Chris, you're right. But I'm saying as a quarterback, usually when a team drafts a quarterback, they're going through a whole rebuild phase. He's gone there back in 1 year. Yeah. But yes, Nick Bosa, very good. I like him.
Yeah, watch your tone, man. Right, simmer down.
Next game, Rams Bucks.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
Rams Bucks. As a Bucks fan, wasn't too happy watching this game. Obviously, I thought Brady did make it close. So I thought they were gonna do it. When it's Brady, it's you always have a chance. But oh my gosh, we have Mike Evans. AB is the worst football player in history, bro. I don't care how good of an athlete you are. But what a football player is more than just being an athlete. You gotta be a team player. You gotta want to win. You gotta support your teammates. He just left, bro. If we have AB, that game's different. Chris Godwin, I hope you go. I don't want you anymore. I don't care, bro. Back-to-back seasons of being injured. Like, I don't want you on the team. He said he doesn't want to come back. Good, go. I don't want you either. Brady, I'm very emotional about because this might have been his last season.
We'll talk about that after
Later.
the games, but
No, but Stafford put a good game.
Bro, I fucking hate Staff. My bad for language, but bro, amazing. He has one good game against the Bucks.
No.
Like, throw one pick.
Playoffs.
But bro, the first like quarter, like he was money. I think the first drive they had one drop and it wasn't even his fault.
Yeah. Cam Akers.
I was gonna say Cam Akers too.
Oh
because
my
if they
God.
would have scored going into half, game's done. But he fumbled. Bucks
It was
made it.
also that big
Then at the very
Stafford
end.
fumble by
The center, right?
Oh, that was so stupid,
way
bro.
over his head.
Like,
And then
he wasn't
Cooper
ready.
Kupp.
He wasn't looking. He wasn't
Cooper
even
Kupp
looking.
had a fumble, but obviously Cooper Kupp freaking burns the defense. One for a
Yeah, he
touchdown.
makes up for it.
What like defense again? Like I'm
The center-
frustrated, bro. No. The last play, bro. How do you like? That's the number one thing you're taught in
Cooper
football.
Kupp
Not
did this
to
to
get beat.
Winfield.
I know, but that's the number one thing you're taught, bro.
Terry cut that too.
Don't get beat deep. Like obviously you have to play by the situation. Antoine Winfield just blown by.
They left him on an island.
You should have doubled.
Yeah.
You should have doubled.
That's when you double. That's when you
I
double.
think he knew it was going to Cup too. Like,
Yeah.
And even the play before is that little corner for like 15, 20 yards almost. Like, what are you doing?
Bro,
Like,
he was
you have
going
one
deep.
receiver.
Like, Odell wasn't at deep either. So like, you should
you
have
know it's
doubled
going.
a Cup.
You know it's going deep because they have to drive down the field no matter
Bro,
what.
you gotta cover the guy with a triple crown. Makes
And
no
they didn't have
sense.
a timeout then, no?
No, they did. They had 3
Oh
or
really?
2. That's why I was worried. That's so.
No, on the last Cooper Cup play, they.
Yeah, they had 3 times. They had 2 at that point. But so yeah, so like I don't know if you guys understood. Like obviously you guys saw, but you play prevent when the team has no timeouts because you kind of want them going middle field, waste time. But they had 3 timeouts, so they kind of played a bit more press coverage, so they wouldn't get the 30-40 yarder because they would have had a timeout. You know how the Chiefs game? You know how they kind of let them go inside and just Mahomes made great plays?
Yeah.
But they had no timeouts. That's why they played like that. The Bucks played a bit more press coverage.
The Chiefs had timeout.
They had 2 though.
Yeah, but I think a better comparison is like with the no timeouts is the Cowboys. The Cowboys versus the Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Niners just letting them.
They let them kind of do
Yeah,
whatever.
they let Dak run that yardage.
But they also were up by 6. They could have allowed the field goal.
Yeah, that's why they were letting
the
them
field
do
goal,
it.
but the Cowboys were trying to score a touchdown,
Yeah.
so they would have lost.
Yeah, Dak's just something else, man.
But so they allowed.
You missed that one.
Bro, that was brutal. That was a brutal game to watch.
Yeah.
Dak, I can't do that, man.
But this game, the Rams, I think they look good from the start, and then just at the end, Brady just.
You know what it
turned
looked
on.
like? It looked like the Bucks versus Green Bay. Remember Brady had his amazing first half, and then like the second half it just looked kind of bad, and they almost lost. Like that's what it looked like almost. Like they were making a comeback, the Bucks, but you know.
I think if Brady had like you said, like a couple of his weapons back.
Yeah.
If he had AB, I think he'd been fine. To be honest.
Another thing I want to mention is last podcast, I always said like the key players.
Yeah.
I said Von Miller. Von Miller had a really good game.
God, Von Miller's
Like
so
he's
good.
starting to look like he did like when he won his
Yeah, but you also said
defensive
Eli
player.
Apple.
The
so it
MVP,
cancels
right?
it out.
Bro, I don't know how this happened, but like in our Seen the Fort Fields group chat, like now I'm getting pinned for saying Eli Apple is good. Like it's
Bro,
a
I
joke
think
that
he
I
is.
said.
It
it.
I think all the viewers know who said it.
It wasn't me. I know
It was
that.
Cole.
But yeah, so Von Miller had a great game. Like I think Aaron Donald, Von Miller, that was just like hard to stop. And then you look at the Bucks, Tristan Wirfs, top 5 right tackle, wasn't playing. Then their right tackle, who they did have, was injured. And then Ryan Jensen, like I don't know how he played because he got pretty banged up against the.
Well, yeah, we
Previous
mentioned that.
game.
We mentioned that in the podcast before. Like the Bucks O line is going to be a big factor.
Yeah.
And it showed with the.
I mean, it just shows too. Also, it's like you need weapons to like, win games.
Yeah, well, bro, like yeah.
Brady can't keep doing that at this age. He can't
Yeah.
keep he needs like some weapons. And
Well, you're going against a start like they always say, how do you beat Brady? You have to get pressure with just 4, otherwise he beats you in the zone.
Yeah.
You have Aaron Donald, you have Von Miller, Leonard Floyd off, like all of them, like coming off the edge and everything. Like they just collapse, and Brady's not mobile, so like. When you watch it, it's just like they come in. They don't really have to do contain because Brady's not going to go out. So you just like flood the entire pocket, and then Brady is kind of done.
And he's not versus the Eagles. Like the Rams have Odell. Like they have fucking Cooper Cup too. It's like you already have. Like,
Yeah, he's going against another high-powered offense.
Like, it's gonna be. Imagine they had Robert Woods too. Imagine they wouldn't have been different either. Like, that'd be
That'd
crazy.
be nuts. Next game, Quez, you can start this one for 49ers Packers. How you feeling?
It was a pretty rough game to be honest. Like we had like negative yardages for like 2 quarters, but Still happy with the result. Just gotta clean up the offense a bit. But it was cold. The conditions didn't help them.
Yeah, and you're a California-based team, right? Like you're going to Green Bay.
I think there was a stat Jimmy G never threw in like some type of weather, and that's what Green Bay had. Like they had really bad weather that Jimmy G's never played in ever in his whole career.
Yeah, but we also held MVP Rodgers to like 10 yards, no touchdowns.
Yeah.
So the defense is solid. Offense needs some work, and the special teams did good. Yeah, offense was good. I mean, offense was bad.
Both offense were really good, man.
But the offense was bad, but like, I don't know, like.
The Niners defense
Jimmy
looked
did
good.
throw some. There were some balls that like a lot of the receivers dropped. Like, Kittle had drops.
I saw a few of
Ayuk had drops.
That's when the weather plays a factor too.
But like the one like it hit like Kittle's face mask. Like it just like
Kittle's kind of disappeared through these playoffs.
But then one time he had like a one-handed catch on the sidelines. Like I don't think they're used to.
Remember
I need to be more. I want to be more consistent.
He threw it to Kittle, and then Adrian Amos intercepted it.
Yeah,
like, it was like a bad throw. Like,
I think that's just his shoulder and his.
You think he's playing injured?
Yeah,
1,000%. He has a torn UCL or whatever, torn thing in his thumb and a sprained shoulder. Like Kittle was wide open. It's just.
Yeah, he was wide open for a second, but he waited too long, and you could just tell the ball was like going right to the.
It has no he can't throw. He has no can't throw it as fast as he could back then. Yeah.
Because your special teams came clutch. Like Green Bay's,
but
also my brothers are Packers fans, and they know that Green Bay has like one of the worst special teams in the league. So like watching that happen now is the worst.
Green Bay colors.
I'm not a Green Bay fan,
bro. Like you get that one field goal. You get that one field goal that they blocked. The game's done.
Yeah.
You punt that, like you get it off. They don't get the
touchdown.
The game's done.
And that was also blown coverage on
Aaron Jones touchdown.
On Aaron Jones's not touchdown.
It was like a 50-yard.
It was
big play.
It was Jimmy Ward and I think it was Deontay Johnson. Deontay thought he had
Deontay Johnson's a receiver, no?
There's a cornerback. Deontay Johnson for the Niners. He thought he had safety help back there, but he cut it and
he was like wide open. I was like, what? How is he wide open? Like
that was just a breakdown in the second.
They lost AJ Dillon, I'm pretty sure, like in the mid game.
Yeah, I saw he got injured, but like obviously the Aaron Jones is a starter. AJ Dillon just had a good season because Aaron Jones is injured.
But then Debo also was playing like limping off the field.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm really starting to like Debo.
Times. And Kittle was limping.
This guy when he got the
Kittle's probably hurt honestly every year. He's always
he just does so much. Like when you block, you put yourself in such a different position, and then you're taking like hits to the knee and everything. Like your body just gets banged up, like being a tight end.
Like he's basically like a lineman.
Yeah,
that
and
can
a running
catch.
back, and like he does. Yeah.
Kittle kind of plays like a fullback too, like Juszczyk. Like those two are just.
Even Kelsey, he's like a pure, just like catch.
Yeah, we talked about that last episode.
Kelsey's getting better at blocking though. I gotta give respect to him, bro. He's doing way better at blocking.
But like catching at the end too.
Yeah, like that block on Tyreek Hill's run, bro. Like Kelsey's getting better at blocking.
So perfect segue into the next game.
Bills, Chiefs, Taurus, go.
Honestly, like I don't know what to say about this game. Like Josh Allen did everything perfect.
Yeah, this game sucks.
Bro, like they're both like intense game, honestly.
Sucked as in one was gonna lose and they didn't deserve to lose.
Yeah, like
it was a great game to watch, but
like everyone's talking about the OT rules, but like the rules, what are you gonna do about it?
And Casey tried to change that rule in 2018 when they lost the Patriots.
Yeah, they need to change it.
Bro, because
but the thing is, like, the defense has a chance to start. It's not like the Chiefs.
Not against the.
Bro, but it's not like the Bills. It's not like the Bills just lost the game. They still had a chance. To
Okay,
win.
fair enough. But if Josh Allen would have got that ball, they're gonna win the game. You're just playing against two crazy good quarterbacks.
It's a coin toss, so
yeah.
Yeah, but the defense still has to come out and play, bro.
Realistically, whoever got the coin toss was winning.
Yeah.
Like,
in that scenario, because the QBs were hot.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and I was kind of upset because we talked about this game, but Diggs was.
Bro, he was brutal.
But he had the 2-point conversion, amazing.
Okay, but
he made some plays, but the offensive
3
coordinator.
receptions.
No. But
yards.
you look at his stats. You're like, oh, he didn't have a good game. But that's when you look at Davis's stats.
Gabriel Davis, he had 4 touchdowns, like monster.
Dude.
But the thing is, like, they were like, oh, it's revenge game.
That's what I'm saying.
They
Diggs didn't do
This
shit.
guy had 7 yards. All the photos and shit.
Like, make a Moss, like, make a big play. You didn't really make big plays.
You're gonna have your best player on defense on Diggs, no matter what. And that left.
Yeah, but the best.
Agreed, but the Chiefs don't have that many good players because Tyrann Mathieu went out.
That's Chardavius Ward or whatever on the Chiefs quarterback played really good.
Yeah.
Games.
No, I'm agreeing. Like, obviously, you played good, and you're right. Like, your best player is always going to play against your best receiver. But your best receiver, who's supposed to be top 5, has to make some plays.
Yeah, like you're looking at like Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase. Like,
yeah, they all made plays in the game.
Yeah, all those guys are making
I
plays.
guess
Like,
Devontae.
I just didn't like it because, bro, I'm scrolling through TikTok and I see, oh my God, Diggs watching the Chiefs celebrate.
Yeah,
He's
we
gonna go
posted
off.
a TikTok.
Bro, this guy had 7 yards. Like, it's like everything on my Instagram feed was Diggs. Do something.
But we kind of saw that, like, we were kind of anticipating and like hyping him up because like the whole season he didn't really have like a really.
Yeah, we
good
thought
season.
this was going to be
He
a
did,
breakup.
he just slowed
He did have,
season,
but bro,
yeah.
the thing is, if they win the game, they're talking about Diggs' 2-point conversion because he had the 2-point conversion.
They'll talk about it, but Gabe Davis, like, wow.
Bro,
obviously.
They
four
don't
touchdowns.
I
And
was
especially
saying,
in two, I think it was 2 of them were in like
Fourth down,
crunch
right?
time. Like
Yeah.
one was they were on like the Josh Allen just got sacked and they were on like the Chiefs like 25, 4th and 14,
Yeah.
and they got a touchdown off that. He also ran a couple really good routes
yeah.
that broke the defenders and he was wide open.
Well, I have a question for you guys. Is I always thought that the Bills need one more receiver.
Mhm.
Did like in like the Madden terms, did Gabriel Davis have like a superstar X Factor game? Because he had 4 touchdowns
Bro,
to the That's what you need.
that's-
Like, is that the missing piece? Like, is he gonna become like the next star?
Oh, just a 1-game wonder.
Or yeah, that's
I don't know. He even played good the game against the Patriots too.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I don't even know who that was. To be honest.
I know who it is, but like Diggs was always the main focal point. Then Emmanuel Sanders was
Cole
second.
Beasley.
And Beasley too.
Yeah.
Like, Beasley
You
had
know-
a better game
Yeah.
than he did.
Singletary
What
had
about
a good.
Sanders?
Sanders didn't do anything.
He's old. I don't hate on him because he's old. Like
He was
He
a-
did have a good
He's
game
a good
against
vet.
the Patriots.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
He
did.
was good. He was with the Saints because like.
But like they all had good game against the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Even Singletary.
But still, like no one was
Singletary.
expecting like the 40-point win.
Yeah.
And I think this game, like, it's just a good game. Kaz and I were talking about it. When you look at the AFC side for the next couple of years,
Yeah.
you have Burrow, Herbert, Mahomes, Allen, like all those
Lamar.
guys, Lamar Jackson, like all those guys. No matter what playoff matchup you're gonna get next year, like it's just gonna be a good
Bro,
matchup.
They were they were saying like those quarterbacks, like the average age between those five is like 25.
It's
Quarterbacks
crazy.
are playing to like 40 now, like and
For
like
the
their
next couple
contracts
of
are
years,
huge.
for the next couple of years, like even this game, like no one wanted these teams out in like this game. They wanted
like an NFC Championship game.
like it was last year, but it was like back and forth. The last 2 minutes, like my heart was up, down, like
Bro, the 13
just
seconds.
crazy. Bro, I fully thought they had it on the
Yeah.
first touchdown,
Bro,
and
he
then
was-
Tyreek.
Well,
Hill
because
runs-
Tyreek thought he was fucking.
Bro,
he
he
did
did
it,
a
and
peace
then the
sign.
Bills
He
go
did
do
the
it,
Bills
and then
thing.
they do it
Yeah.
again.
Bro, he did the peace sign and I'm like, oh god.
Bro, he did the peace sign in front, like while the defender was still in front of him.
Yeah, he had a good pursuit angle, but he's just so fast.
Yeah.
Man, like 13 seconds, Josh Allen's already celebrating. I like.
Bro, there was a hot mic,
No
and it was
way.
like, he was talking to Davis, and he was like, "You just had 4 touchdowns, and we're going to the AFC Championship
Bro,
with
you
13
could-
seconds left."
You only
but like,
cranked out my own, bro.
but like, man, 13 seconds left. What do you think?
3 timeouts.
Yeah,
And
but,
if Kelsey and Tyreek Hill.
but dude, when you have a game like that, especially for Allen and Davis, like you're expecting to win. If you look at the Bills stats and you don't look at the Chiefs, the Bills like it's a blowout.
What? But it was only the one guy, really.
But still, like, Allen, like, bro, just watching him, like, you knew the Chiefs knew what he was gonna do on 3rd and long. He was gonna run it every single time,
Yeah.
and they still couldn't stop him.
Yeah, that's something about these young quarterbacks. Even like Burrow, like they can all like run. Like it's hard to like as a defense, like how do you like stop it? Because you bring pressure, you can't just bring it from the middle. If you bring it from the middle, then you like go out. If you bring it from the out, they just go through the middle.
Yeah,
And
and
that's-
mobile cues are good. to have.
Yeah,
And
and
that's what
they've
happened
all
with-
turned into really good throwers too now. Like
Yeah.
all of them have like great throw power. They're all accurate, dude. All of these like the 5 they're all like throwing from like out here and like
Yeah,
it's
There was
crazy.
yeah, there was one
Yeah,
play
Burrow,
Mahomes.
man.
There was one play Mahomes with the Bills defender had his arms up and everything. And he just like threw it
Bro,
around.
Mahomes is actually so filthy. You know that? Like,
Yeah.
remember like last year like, in the final, like doing this.
Bro, like he was diving. He was like
Yeah.
he was like that much off the
And
ground.
like
he was still
perfect
going,
throw.
yeah.
It's like a perfect
And
spiral.
what you were just saying about like the pressure, the Bills had so much pressure on
Yeah,
Mahomes
they
in the
did.
first quarter, and like just like the first quarter, and they couldn't get him down. And that's the Bills' defense just couldn't get the Chiefs players down, and that's what burned them in the end. They just
Yeah, like 13 seconds left. Like you knew the ball was going to Kelsey or
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, and
Well,
like
Their play design was really good for the hill. They kind of just did like a screen, but it's like a 10-yard screen. They all blocked.
and did you hear what Kelsey was said on the sideline? He was like, Tyreek, you go, let me do my thing. And Mahomes like kind of like whatever. And then Mahomes in the just before the snap, he's like, Kelsey, do it.
Really?
And they didn't have a play set up. It was just like Kelsey, do your thing.
Kind of?
It's like recess.
Football.
Just go.
That's literally how they described it. But bro, dude, Andy Reid's like, when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper. That's all he said to Mahomes when he went out. He didn't even give like plays. He's just like, when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper.
Because like, what are you gonna do? Drop a play for that? Like 13 seconds.
They have so much trust in those superstars. Like,
bro,
you see what they said about Burrow? They said there's like a whole like series where Burrow didn't even get the microphone in, and they had 2 third down plays, and he was calling all of his own plays.
You could let him have it,
like,
you know?
They're saying that, like, Burrow, like, is looking, like, they're saying, like, Burrow's gonna be the next Tom Brady, just so, like, his smarts and everything.
I've heard that now, too.
Because, bro, like, to, like, lead a drive, like, your first time going through, like, that's nuts. For any quarterback, like, even obviously Rodgers, like, respects, but, like, any quarterback to do that, like, they're at, like, such a high level, and it's only his second year.
All the pressure that's on them, too.
Like, bro, like, you know, Brady, like, never, like, listens to the coach. Like, he does his own plays now.
Yeah, 2-minute drive is all Brady. You can tell.
Him, like,
you can literally tell that, like, yeah.
And that's what I think
even
looks
Rodgers.
like so different about football now. Like they were relying on their plays like for so long, and now it's just like everyone's so creative. Like especially the Chiefs offense. Like you have Kelsey, Hill, and even like McKinnon. Like Kez was saying last week, you said I think Kez. It was either one of you two, but he's gonna have like their breakout game. Or, like, yeah, and he did, and he played really well. He was that underdog kind of guy. Even Hilaire, we thought he wasn't going to play. He played and he had a good game too. Like the guys that not like that we didn't really expect, but like they're still good. They had good games. And
another guy who we talked about was Creed Humphrey when we were just playing Madden. Like they've built their O-line like pretty solid. Like they were really bad like a year ago against the Bucks, and like I know they were injured against the Bucks, but even like before that, they were injured like offensively in their O-line. But they've like really done a good job like revamping it and like giving Mahomes time and like just not as much pressure. On to the conference
game. TLC, you kind of just knew like it was Chiefs going to win that too.
Yeah, Bengals Chiefs rematch. What do you guys think?
I want the Bengals to win, but I just don't know. Honestly, I just don't know with Mahomes. Like honestly, I can't really doubt Mahomes anymore. Like he had 13 seconds and he still managed to win. But like, I don't know. Like Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow could honestly have a fucking insane game again.
You know what I was thinking is like, okay, like even if Jamar has 4 touchdowns, Gabriel Davis did like. I don't know. I think the Bengals, like, this is their best matchup out of the AFC just because the Chiefs aren't really known to have, like, a great defense or bring that much pressure. So, like, yeah, they might get a few sacks, but they're definitely not going to get, like, 9 again. I don't know. I think, like, and they have 3 really good receivers where I feel like the Bill only has a few.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Jamar. Even Joe Mixon. Like, I think Joe Mixon's definitely a better running back than Devin Singletary. And then you have Joe Burrow.
I
think they have a
rematch.
chance.
Like, and like, you watched the game last time. Like, this, like, fucking, didn't like Burrow had, like, 300 yards?
Yeah, he had a really good game. He had, like, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns or something.
And Jamar had, like, all, like, touchdowns. Like, you never know what could happen.
Yeah, that's also the regular season, too. Like, the playoff time, Mahomes, like, I think, like we said, there's players that can just turn it on and
they've been there before. Like their entire team.
Like Mahomes and Kelsey and like Tyreek, they know.
Yeah. But like we said at the beginning of the podcast, I think it was first episode. The Bengals, like they could just get hot and keep going, and that's what they've done. They came all the way here.
Yeah.
Like, but Mixon, like he has to have a good game. I know. And
maybe Eli Apple have a good game, right, Quez?
I mean, like. You're the one that made that cake, so I don't know what you're saying.
Who's your favorite player, Cole?
Yeah,
Cole's really high on Eli Apple. It's kind of weird.
I love him. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is the Bengals' best chance at winning. Like any of the other AFC teams, they probably would have lost.
Yeah.
But I think Chiefs is their best matchup. But yeah, like you score how many? Like Gabe Davis scored 4 touchdowns. Like how do you lose? Like I don't know. I think it's really hard to beat the Chiefs. Moving on to the next game, 49ers Rams. The 40. So. Obviously, the 49ers, they beat them twice last season, right? Then they beat them twice this season.
We beat them 6 times in a row.
Yeah, 6 times. You have to eventually win once if you're the Rams.
Or you could just keep losing.
Or you could just make it 7, baby.
Something Quez said, which does make sense, is like Kyle Shanahan has the Sean McVay's offense in like his basement, like the playbook. Like he knows, like he just knows how to.
They work together.
It was a flirt.
Yeah, that's the thing. Shanahan owns LaFleur. That's 2 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he owns Shanahan.
They're all together.
They
all coached.
really?
They were all in the
Yeah,
Redskins.
they're
All 3 of them were
They're
on
all
the
in the
Redskins. Like, bro,
coach.
Shanahan's the smartest out of them 3.
Yeah.
I think if Shanahan played on any bro, he built the Niners from when they were so bad. Like, I don't think he gets enough respect. Like, he was getting so much.
I like him.
Like, he's so creative, and he gets so much disrespect. Like, this whole year, like, he was like, they were 3-5, lost to Colt McCoy and the Cardinals backups. Everyone's like, oh, he's done. Like, get him out of here. But then he does this. Like,
I think
no one was expecting them to even beat the Cowboys.
we shouldn't even be in the playoffs.
They barely made it. This season wasn't made it.
Yeah, they barely made it. If they didn't have that comeback against the Rams, bro, I remember at halftime it was 17-3, and you're like, oh my god, we're not gonna make the playoffs. Because the Saints blew who were they playing?
Atlanta, we blew
Yeah, the Falcons out of the water. It was not even close, and they had to win. So I don't know what he said at halftime or what the players said, but they just came out.
I was so hyped, let's go.
And that's what I think it's going to be a good story.
And then some Matt Stafford picks, and then that's the game.
But the storyline for this game, the last game that they played, the Niners kind of just took over and won that game.
Yeah.
They're going to come out with.
I think if Matt Stafford can continue what he had last game, I think they could win. If he throws
especially
no picks
in the first half too.
Realistically, all the turnovers were his fault.
I think he has 4 picks in the last 2 games against the Niners.
Yeah.
2 in each game.
But even his last game, he actually played well. All the turnovers weren't his fault. That center, I don't know what the center was doing last time. And then the Cam Akers fumbles, and then some other drops.
Well, the first regular season game that they played Niners and Rams, wasn't it back-to-back picks on
Stafford?
The drives?
It was close. Yeah, something like that. So we started the drive. We had
It was 12 minutes. I remember that.
Yeah, the 12-minute thing. It was we scored a touchdown, and then one of the first throws, he throws a pick 6 to Jimmy Ward, and we're already up 14-0.
Yeah.
And we've chewed down almost
I think it was right after he threw another one. No?
Yeah, he threw one. Jimmy Ward got 2 picks.
Yeah.
He threw 2.
This will be a good game, I think. It'll be a good game.
Yeah, I think the Rams are personally just gonna win. I think their team is just, they have more stars on their team. I think they have a bit more guys.
Little OBJ.
Obviously good for the 49ers, they won, but the amount of times that there's a block punt touchdown, block field goal, they kind of obviously you gotta do what you gotta do, but that's kind of a luck factor. Obviously they make the plays.
Jimmy's gonna have to throw.
The offense got lucky, but the defense is still solid.
But I'm not disregarding the defense, but the score is 10-6.
Yeah, Jimmy can't throw.
But I'm saying going into a game, I'm not wanting to rely on my special teams to win me a game.
That's just the weather, I think.
No, Quez. Obviously I'm agreeing, but I'm just saying they got you need luck to win the playoffs. Can they get lucky again? I don't know. I think the Rams are a really good team, and I think Matt was saying, Stafford kind of did prove himself against the Bucks. He had a pretty good game. He has one more good game, they win. If he doesn't throw 2 picks, they're most likely gonna win.
So those are the matchups this weekend. Looking forward to
the Niners winning.
Niners win.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna put a couple bets on the Niners.
I think the guys on the other table are a little salty.
Yeah.
I think it's a Rams versus Niners table. Me and Torres Niners. These
bro,
two.
I put bets on the Niners and the Bills all playoffs.
I'm going for the Bengals now, man.
Wow.
Oh, by the way, I have my third favorite team now.
Oh my god.
No. Not favorite teams for you.
Third?
You have 10.
So the Patriots aren't even in your top 3?
No, they're 5.
They're
okay, no, you're done.
That'll be a different
another
segment.
podcast.
You're done.
You're not.
Wait, Rego, who do you think's winning the Super Bowl?
I think the fucking boys from Cali, baby.
Which one? They're both from Cali.
Oh yeah, fuck. What's it called? The kids from the Bay or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, kids from the Bay.
Yeah.
The guys from Cali.
The boys from the Bay, right?
No. Okay. Yeah. Looking forward to a nice Sunday of football.
Yeah.
And next week's
you already know I'm gonna be behind the screen, baby.
Next week's gonna be a good podcast because
so it's pretty big games.
Yeah, but
that's the Super Bowl, right?
Next week,
big.
We'll talk about it later. But next week there's the bye week too, so
the Pro Bowl's gonna happen.
Yeah, so
we can talk about that. I really like the Pro Bowl, all the events they do.
Did you guys? The events are sick.
I love those. We can watch the events and kind of react to them.
I was gonna also tell you what the Niners game. That Trent Williams didn't practice for 3 straight days.
Really?
You think that's a
no? you know how like they say like load management in NBA.
Yeah.
You like with your stars, you gotta do that.
Well, 3 straight days though. Maybe he could have gone out today limited, at least limited.
Bro,
practice.
yeah, but like, remember, like I said, bro, like everyone's playing Gator in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, bro, 17 weeks, like actual games now, because they add extra games so much on your body. And bro, like when you're the best, you're gonna play no matter what.
I think he's gonna play.
I was
I want to make
surprised
one more
Wirfs
thing.
didn't play.
I want to make one more thing. Is when the Niners lost to they beat the Rams in Week 18. We were out Trent Williams and we were out K1 Williams.
Wow, so now
I
you're
want
getting
Trent Williams
big.
and K1. K1's
Yeah.
huge because Cooper Kupp's always in the slot. K1's our nickel cornerback. Like, he's gonna be on Kupp all game.
So,
Yeah.
so
That's
Odell
why-
time. So Odell time if it is.
Do you think Odell's a
No,
massive game?
Mosley will be on him all day.
Nah.
Like, look, what did Devontae Adams do last week against Deontay Johnson?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Practice squad player.
And with the Trent Williams, I think like we were talking about this when I picked you up, and it was when you have someone who's been playing for that long, like, do they really need to practice?
This is my take on it. You need to practice not for yourself, but for the other
team.
players.
Yeah.
Because when you're the best, you obviously aren't getting the competition you need, but you're giving other players the competition you need. So like the Rams, sometimes I think that their O-line's better than they actually are just because you're going against Donald all the time. You're going against Von Miller all the time.
That's what I was gonna say. It's huge for Bosa because Bosa loves going against Trent Williams.
Yeah, because it makes him a better player.
Literally.
But
yeah, go for it.
if he's like a little bit injured, like you don't want to risk it. That's why I think maybe they haven't.
Oh yeah, if he's injured, bro, you don't play him.
I think the rest that the 3 days that he got off is more valuable than him risking it at practice.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna play no matter what.
Another big thing with football and like that rest and stuff is maybe you don't make him go full. You don't make him go contact, but like it is important for your starters to be practicing together.
With the team, yeah.
Obviously, they've done it for how long, but like if he's out, like as a player, like when I'd be playing, if my like right guard or someone was out, it does feel weird playing with them the next practice because you're not used to it. Or like if I'm gone and like there's a different. So I played center, right? If there's a different center, it's different between the quarterback and the center, right? So yeah, like definitely having your whole core, you definitely want to get a few practices in full speed, maybe not full contact, but just the motions and everything, right?
No, go.
Oh, I was just gonna quickly say I think they'll just let it go through walkthroughs and pre-game and they'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree. Some things we want to talk about because there's not as many games is. Did you guys see the AB photo shoot?
You brought it up earlier, but
Bro, Antonio Brown was wearing a Ravens jersey. And another thing I want to mention is, did you guys watch the Impulsive episode with AB?
Yeah, he talked about he went by Lamar now.
So for the things I know, he kind of retracted his words about saying how like Brady like wasn't what it like. I don't know, basically say he gave more like props to Brady and stuff. Then he said football is still number one for him, so he's expecting to play with a new team. But yeah, he basically did this photo shoot and he's wearing a Ravens jersey. People have been saying since last season and even before he went to the Bucs that would be a good location for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys know Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
That's his like blood related cousin.
Which that would be really cool.
Then he loves
That'd be
Lamar. Like Lamar obviously needs some
Wait, is
help
he
as
related
well.
to AJ Brown?
I don't think so.
No.
They're different builds.
Yeah.
AJ's like DJ like massive.
Matt, yeah, he's huge.
But also building off like AB, like not like in the sense that what he did was smart, but what he's doing off the field right now is like smart for him.
You know what? Okay, this is my take on it. It's smart for him, but him as a football player, I don't think it's smart for.
And that's what he
you
said.
don't.
That's what he said.
Yeah, you don't want to bring like problems or not even problems, but like into a locker room.
Mm-hmm. But
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask you guys, like, if you're the Ravens, like, coaching staff and general manager, are you bringing in AP?
Bro, I would bring him.
I think you're doing
I would bring him in.
I think you're doing anything to
We need
win.
receivers, man.
And at that point, I think it's hard to say like for sure.
Bro, him and Michael Thomas will build off.
But you're not gonna
Those
lose.
are
That's the worst case scenario
They're
ever,
both
bro.
bad
I'd be
boys
Michael
then.
Thomas. That's awful.
They're both beauties. Like, it's good.
Okay,
But you're not gonna like leave that talent to waste. He's still a good football player.
But
And
like, it's like, is it worth it?
Okay, you want to hear my
He
take?
just drags down the whole locker room.
what did we just see with bringing it to hockey? Evander Kane. He had all those problems off the.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Exactly, but
Connor
they're
David-
still
took a
giving him a
chance.
chance.
Bro,
They're
Connor
still
David-
giving him a chance.
But okay,
But
this actually.
AB's had multiple chances though.
Yeah.
He had the
Listen.
Patriots, he blew it. He had the Bucks, he blew it.
Wait, he didn't go to the Patriots. Like, it was like a
Yeah,
false,
he did. Yeah,
it was
he
a
did.
false claim,
Yeah, he
wasn't
did.
it? Wasn't it?
No, so it's a false claim, but oh shit. But then he also went to like just like rip on Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
does
he's like
make it
you like
professional.
all that stuff.
Did he play on some? Oh, the
The Raiders. But he
After the
never
Raiders, he
played
went
for
right to the Patriots.
Yeah.
He never
So
played the
he blew
Raiders.
with the Patriots and he blew with the Bucks. This is when he had third chance.
Okay, can I give you my take? So this actually relates to hockey. AB can only go to a team where he's not the biggest name. As in, the Bucks should have worked out. Brady's your biggest name. Didn't work out. Wherever Rodgers is, that might work. But I was talking to my dad about this. The Lamar and AB, I think, could be similar to the Odell Baker. Because AB is such a big presence, he's almost a bigger presence than Lamar, like media-wise. Same with Odell. Odell's definitely a bigger presence than Baker's media-wise. So I think there's only a few teams that you can go to where they already have the top dog, and like you're not questioning that. So I think Rodgers, Brady, maybe like Russell Wilson, because like obviously that's his team. Pat Mahomes.
But
this guy's got to stop.
But you don't want to bring, like you guys said, you don't want to bring that atmosphere into your locker room when you have the high-level players like that.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying it only works with a few teams.
Like, the Chiefs, there's no need to bring them in. Like, people like that, there's already, like, teams that, like, don't need him.
But I think John Harbaugh is a good enough coach to give him the encouragement and, like, what he needs to get himself back on track. But I think he's gonna get frustrated with Lamar because Lamar doesn't make all those throws.
Yeah, he misses. He's not as accurate.
He wants.
AB's gonna be open. You know, AB's gonna be open. He's an amazing route runner. He's everything. He's fast. He's everything. I think Lamar's gonna miss throws, and AB's gonna throw a tantrum on the sidelines like he always does. He's gonna get frustrated with Lamar. He's not as accurate as.
Hey, too sexy for his shirt. No?
I'm not gonna say anything bad about John Harbaugh, but I think like going to the Bucks was a very good situation for him. Mm-hmm. I know like obviously Bruce Arians, the past few things that we've seen have been negative, but like most of his players say he's a pretty good coach and everything. Like he's pretty relaxed, pretty chill guy. Then you're playing with Tom Brady. Like how do you like try and overshadow a guy like Tom Brady? Like he's the best football player, right?
And even that they still had Godwin.
Yeah, and that's what they were saying. I was listening to Shannon Sharp talk. He said once Godwin went out, he knew he had leverage because they knew that he needed him. Mm-hmm. That's when he went a little bit crazy.
And Evans also had those hamstring injuries.
Yeah, so like, he kind of became the number one.
And
he was
like watching that impulsive podcast.
He always has been
watching that impulsive podcast. Like I don't know, like obviously if it's true, but he said like Arians was like.
That's what I'm saying. To him. I think he's a bit more of the problem than he thinks, and he can say all this kumbaya stuff and everything. But I was a supporter of him, but like, how many chances do you have that you mess up, or relationships that you kind of like burn the bridges and everything?
Something like mentally wrong.
I don't think anything's mentally wrong. I think his ego's just too big, and in football you have to have a really small ego because it takes so like
it
takes every
been like that though.
Yeah, it takes every position to win in football.
He always had the same. Always the same.
Even with the Steelers, he always had this mentality that he's the greatest ever.
That's like Randy Moss kind of almost though. Randy Moss was also a really big diva when he played, but like at least he
yeah.
Like sometimes it helps you in your playing career, but like
makes you a bit more confident. But like
and Joey Ramsey, he got back it. Like he talked all this shit, but he can like back it.
Yeah. And like you see, like you have to. The problems that he's had like lately, bringing that into a locker room, I don't think is good. Especially if you're a contender, I don't think it's worth it.
Well, I think it's not worth it when you're a young quarterback. Like, obviously, Lamar... Like, bro, don't mess up Lamar. He's been pretty good. Like, there were injuries and everything. They could have made...
There was no defense on that team.
No defense. Marquise Brown wasn't what he thought he was. J.K. Dobbins was supposed to have a breakout season. He was out. Lamar was out a few games.
Humphrey was out.
Defensive injuries.
Marcus Peters was out.
Even both of them, yeah.
What's his name? The backup.
Gus Edwards.
Yeah.
Bro, their whole team was out. Like...
Yeah. I don't know. And then I think Russ is going to leave. They were saying that they should fire Pete Carroll.
Bobby Wagner might want to leave too.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's done. I just don't. AB. I think he's done. Don't give him another. Bro, even if you're the Jags or like Detroit.
No, someone's gonna pick him up.
I don't think he's done. Someone's gonna get him.
Did it stop recording? Or is it good? I don't know.
I think people are sick and tired of having to deal with AB. And like you've never seen someone like run off, take off their shirt and do that stuff. Like, that's like
he made it all about him. That's the complete opposite.
Is.
But I'm saying that's what football is. The complete opposite about.
He could have just walked off in the sideline, and go to the locker room because that's what Arians told him to get out.
Yeah.
But then in the Full Send podcast, he explained how football's the most team sport and how
Tom
Brady needs other players to make.
Well, if you watch the both
podcasts,
that's true. Like the Full Send and Impulse, he looks more calmly Impulse. Like unlike the Full Send, he's like more like mad about everything. Like,
well, because it just happened, and then the Impulsive one, like he's gotten more brand deals. Like even watching that, he has Fashion Nova, that gummy thing. Like he's built his life like where if he goes back to football, it's okay. Like if he doesn't get back into onto a team, he can still live and still make money and.
He's fine.
I disagree with that. I think he's making so much money because of football and he's so relevant right now. But like if he's not relevant, how does a guy like that stay relevant if he's not playing football? I know they said he might be in Donda.
Yeah, I heard that because him and Kanye have been hanging out.
Yeah, because he said that in the impulse that they've made some tracks and everything. Yeah. Another thing that I want to talk about is the coaches signings. The biggest one is the Broncos. They got the offensive coordinator from Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a solid one.
No, I don't think that was that great of a coach. I think, are they trying to get Rodgers? Like, is that leverage for Rodgers?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I didn't even think the Green Bay OC was good because Matt LaFleur is kind of is OC still. But was that leverage for Rodgers? Because that's a great play.
It was rumored that he might go to Denver.
Exactly.
I think him and Adams are headed to Denver just because you made that comment.
Judy.
That's actually
too.
Dude, I didn't even think of that.
That was the first thing I thought of.
But they had a good, not a bad year this year. Like
Denver doesn't have a quarterback.
For what they had, a good year.
Their defense wasn't terrible.
It's not awful. Yeah, Surtain, Bradley Chubb, a few other guys.
And even
just like this Justin Simmons. Is that right?
The Giants.
Yeah, the safety.
Safety for Denver. Right?
Yeah.
The Giants also just signed the
Bills OC, right?
Yeah, which, like, we were talking about that earlier. You're going from like the Bills offense to the Giants.
Yeah,
but you're also like you're a coordinator to a coach. That's the difference where they want to make that jump to the coach, and I think that's what bottom to.
Another thing he said about Giants is that they're going to stick with Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm. They also got a new GM too.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, so that's what I was saying. Or like listening to is like when they listen to all the GMs and stuff. They're like, yeah, we'll give Daniel a shot. But you know what? I don't think he hasn't got a fair judgment yet because he has no O-line. Kadarius, he has no receivers really. They're always all injured. He has no time. Saquon, the supposed to be a top 5 running back. He's always injured.
No, because there's no O-line. He just can't play in that O-line at all. No one can play in that O-line.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's fair. I think you do.
And the Giants also
another shot.
Like the worst signing was the Kenny Galladay signing. Probably the worst.
I think it was.
I didn't like him.
I think, but I was gonna say, I think the coach they got was a good signing. Like the Bills offensive coordinator, he's a really good.
I think it's a good signing. I just think they need so much help. And
there's
such a team you're unsure about.
At least they got an OC like offensively minded to help Daniel Jones.
There's just so much offense problems.
That's why I'm so mad at the Bears. Like you get a defensive coordinator again to build Justin Fields. Like that's not going to work. Like
you need someone to help them.
They got the Colts defensive coordinator for their head coach. And, like Nagy was a DC, I think.
Yeah. Like he might have been OC. Because didn't they get him for
I think Nagy was just bad in general.
Yeah.
but why would you get a DC?
I agree with that.
For Justin Fields. Like that's horrible. And I don't think many people like that.
They should have got Brian Flores,
But he's also a DC.
You know who?
But he does look good though.
Yeah, but he didn't really do that much with Tua.
He didn't like Tua.
He didn't like Tua. Tua wasn't his pick. We talked about that. Oh my gosh, I messed up the name. The Patriots OC, McDaniels.
Yeah.
Bro, he's gonna be such a good head coach. But I don't know if he's gonna leave yet. He apparently he doesn't mind being the OC and he wants to take over the Patriots.
I think the Niners have his brother.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Mike
I think so. I think he wants to take over the Patriots, but when's Bill gonna leave? Is he gonna leave till he wins one Super Bowl without Brady? Is that his little thing he's doing?
To show off a bit,
Yeah.
Speaking of that, if you want to go into the next thing, with the players getting older and stuff like that, you have Brady, Gronk, Rodgers, and even now that you bring up Belichick, how is their future gonna look now?
Yeah, so I've been trying to keep up with the Brady Gronk stuff, obviously as a Bucs fan, but more of a fan as those two players. That's kind of why I've left the Pats. But Gronk basically is saying he's not going to play. He's not going to play for another quarterback. So if Brady's gone, Gronk's automatically gone. Then the Brady thing, I was kind of at the start, I was very upset about the Bucs and the organization. I feel like they didn't really help him enough. Because when those receivers went down, I feel like they should have got another weapon, free agency or pick someone up. But I don't think he's leaving Tampa. He moved there for his future and his family and stuff.
I think it's either he stays or he retires.
Yeah, but I don't know what the Bucs are gonna. So in terms of Brady, what are the Bucs gonna do to add on? If Godwin leaves, that's kind of a big drop in the offense. AB's gone, so you just have Mike. Mike's getting older. He's in his 9th season or something. Then Ndamukong Suh's gone. I know he's older, but they had the #1 rushing defense or D-line. Then JPP's free agent. So they have Leonard Fournette, who was a big part of their offense. He's a free agent.
They're gonna have a tough time.
And they're all older
And
guys
Brady's already
now.
gone,
That's
too.
what they did last year. Like they brought like the whole band back together for like 1 year contracts.
Yeah.
Now they thought they're gonna win again. Now they're kind of like.
Yeah.
I think based on what the free agents do this offseason is going to determine Brady's status too. Because like, if they
Godwin's
don't
gone.
come back, like I don't think Brady's going to stay.
They can't sign Godwin. Like,
Yeah.
there's
He said he didn't want to.
There's like no money like left for that team.
Yeah. I'm worried about that. And yeah, Gronk, the whole thing. Like honestly, I think maybe if Brady runs it back one more season, or like he'll play.
Yeah, Gronk only played with Brady. Like remember he got Brady left, and then he got
traded to the Lions,
Lions,
and he's
yeah.
like, because Matt Patricia's like, no, I retired. Like, what are you talking about?
And then he just signs with the Bucks.
He like it sucks that Brady has to like. I wish he retired the year before. Like he ended. Like he should have just ended on a Super Bowl win.
Dude,
man.
I love.
you can't like.
Bro, he
do
put up
run it back
MVP.
to
He
try.
put up like
he was
his,
still good though.
he
Like,
put up his like third best season ever this season.
Like he's not like Peyton Manning. Remember, like, he was like
Yeah, he
past
went
the
to
prime.
shit.
Like, he was past.
I don't
like-
think Brady's retiring is more based on his playing. I'm pretty. It's more with like his wife and his family,
his
bro.
family,
Like,
yeah.
he has to be
Because
there.
Bro,
Giselle's
he's what,
been
40?
saying that.
He's like what, 40?
42.
I think
Yeah,
she wanted him to
42.
retire after the
She
Patriots beat
did.
the Rams.
She did. Rego, you still good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I remember that.
I think it's more of a family thing than obviously he's still top.
Yeah.
With 3%.
Okay. Yeah. He's definitely still a top player for sure.
And then Rodgers too.
Yeah, Rodgers is definitely gone.
I think it depends on Adams.
No, he's gone.
No, I think
They said
Adams
Adams
depends
on Rodgers. Yeah.
Because Adam might get he'll get franchise tagged if Rodgers stays in Green Bay.
I think Rodgers is
Yeah,
done.
Rodgers don't. They like adjusted their contract with Rodgers the season before this, basically saying you're gone. Like that we can go.
I don't think I don't even think it's even like a valid question. I think Rodgers is gone.
And the fact that they
100%.
lost, we were talking about. We're like, yeah, if they win, he'll try and do it one more time. But they were
That
out
was a
first
Super Bowl.
round.
Yeah,
They're
they
out
didn't
first
even win a
round.
And the
playoff
way they
game.
did
Yeah.
it.
They didn't even throw a
Do you
touchdown.
think like Rodgers and Adams will be together? Like
Yeah, I think no matter
There's
what.
only a
they're
few
gonna
teams that they can go to though.
If they don't go there, then he's
Cap
going to
space
win
wise.
Derek Carr.
try. Yeah, the Raiders.
yeah,
Yeah, I give them Derek Carr, get Rodgers and Devontae, they're set.
I
They
think
win
I-
a few games.
Like
I don't think he wouldn't mind Derek Carr either.
That's his number 2 though.
Yeah.
Rodgers obviously is number 1.
Well, yeah, of course.
it'd be interesting to see how good Devontae is without Rodgers.
Yeah, and that's the thing like that I actually think Gronk is smart about, because you look at all the DeAndre Hopkins. The only reason why I still think he's top 5 or like in the contention is because the quarterbacks we played with before were never good. He only had 2 seasons with Deshaun Watson,
Yeah.
but he was
That
still the
was
best.
filthy.
He was still the best receiver without Deshaun Watson with Matt
Like
Shaw.
Brock Osweiler.
Yeah, but he still had a great seasons and everything. So,
Yeah.
but like as a receiver, I think it really does matter who your quarterback is. 'Cause
You
if
build a
you don't get the
relationship.
ball.
We were talking about this, like
chemistry.
Rodgers literally throws it in the most perfect spots
Yeah,
for Adams.
and Jamara and Burrow, there's a segment basically saying they've been playing for like 8 years or
Yeah, literally.
6 years now.
You develop like a chemistry like you see with duos
Your
in
favorite
any
receiver.
sport.
Who's your favorite guy?
Yeah, in
And
any
you just know
sport.
how they play.
You know how to feed off each other. And
Like you know
how-
that it's like 3rd and 10.
Okay.
You know it's going to your favorite
Yeah.
receiver. Like, that's how
And you
it
know the
works.
move they're gonna make. They know the move you're gonna make. Yeah.
you build up like a duo and a chemistry and like a game plan that you guys like. It's not obviously in the game plan like with your coach and
Yeah.
everything, but it's between you two. Like you know they're like the safety blanket. Like there's so many teams like that. Like 3rd and long, you know who it's going to because of that.
Yeah. And like bringing up about Lamar, I think like remember Juju was supposed to go there and they're supposed to get some receivers.
Yeah.
You like I'm not saying anything bad about Lamar, but we know he's not the most accurate. As a receiver, you're almost kind of scared to go there because if they miss the throw, like that's your career
part of your
too. That's
career.
your season, right? Where like you're playing with a guy like Rodgers, Brady, Russ, Drew Brees, Burrow, Stafford,
Taysom
like
Hill.
all those guys. Like as a receiver, you're more desired to go there because they know they can put the balls in like.
Yeah, you
the place where
know
need.
that they can make plays for you and make you look good.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what matters a lot about receiver because you're making someone else look good, but you're not going to look good if your guy doesn't make you look good. Last thing I want to talk about is Sean Payton. Is he retiring or is he just like leaving?
He's leaving the Saints. Like he
Yeah.
said goodbye. He said all his goodbyes.
And is he going to a new team? You think,
He's
or
like
is
taking
he,
a break.
so he's going to take a 2-year
I don't
coaching
know.
break or some stuff?
It was
I
very
don't
like
know.
it was very like out of the blue, like whatever.
I did not think.
I think he kind of needs it though. He kind of hasn't been the same since that Rams
Yeah.
loss.
Well, he already built the Saints through a rebuild to being like a Super Bowl contender for 5 years in a
For
row.
a while, then.
And then like now it's gone to kind of not so
Well, he
good.
knows going like when
Breeze is gone.
his
Yeah.
guy's gone. Like, Breeze is gone.
Yeah.
Like, their defense is still fine, but the offense, there's nothing in the offense
Yeah.
right now. Like Michael Thomas hasn't played in 2 years.
Kamara's been injured. You know what I was saying to Matt when I was really mad about the Bucks losses? Brady was like, if you just put him in there with Sean Payton, they'd be ready to go. You have the defense. You have Kamara. Brady's always on receiving back. Michael Thomas, if he actually plays, you draft one more receiver.
Hot take. Brady to the Saints.
That's what
Nah, it's Russ. Russ to the Saints.
No,
I don't even know if the Saints have
maybe.
cap for that though.
They don't.
It's negative.
They're
Might as well sign
upgrading.
Cap.
Yeah, they're upgrading the cap space, but like, bro, it seems
Cam
like
Jordan has to start an OnlyFans. That's the only reason that they're gonna get.
Yeah, we're gonna win. Like, bro, we're getting Deshaun Watson.
the cap doesn't seem to be that big of a problem like with NFL teams. It seems like they've been finding to like make ways around it.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like Patrick Mahomes, $500 million, but it's over the extent of 10 years.
Yeah.
That's so smart because if you think about it, the cap always gets increased every year, right?
Mm.
So eventually, $500 million is not going to seem like, obviously it's a crap ton of money, but like it's not going to seem as much.
But I also think Sean Payton kind of knows going like once he signed Taysom to a fucking huge contract. Like I don't know what we're thinking. Like Sean
That's
Payton just
stupid.
can't play with that. Like you just watch a whole season of Taysom Hill, Trey Simeon. It's like Lee just lose all the games. Like we were 5-2. They came in and they just started losing every game.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to deal with that anymore.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
I was going to say about the Bucks offensive coordinator leaving. I think
Brian
that also,
Leftwich?
yeah, that's also kind of.
Where did he go?
Jags.
Oh, I don't
The
like
Jets.
that. You know what they were saying, and not bad about Brian Leftwich, but like you look at Brian Leftwich with Jameis Winston, what 30 picks, 30 interceptions. I think a lot more. Like I think when you're looking at OCs, like Brady definitely helped him so much because you look like he helps Brady look good, he helps Leftwich look good. But like I don't know, a lot of these coaches who are getting like picked up and signed, like they're going to such bad teams. Like how do you rebuild a bad team? Like I don't know. Like I think it's not necessarily about the coach, but like again, we talk about the Bengals a lot, but it's like Joe Burrow like rebooted their career or like was a rebuild. Not
Like
necessarily.
Tom Brady blew the Bucks career.
Yeah, but not. It wasn't Zach Taylor, Bruce Arians who made the crazy.
Yeah.
It was like it's the player, but I don't know. Good signing for them, I guess. He's pretty good. I'm still really interested with Brian Flores one because I thought he was a really good head coach.
Go the Saints.
You think?
Go with that.
You need an OC, bro, with Jameis Winston. You need offensive.
Well, I
line
think
coach.
our defensive coach might leave too.
Oh really? Yeah, there's a lot of coaches that got fired and everything. It almost seems more like than regular or the average.
Yeah.
amount.
Well, there's a lot of bad coaches this year. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And some of the coaches that, like Joe Judge, he just recently got hired and he's already fired by.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of these coaches have not even been around for that.
Yeah.
Long. Like you got to give them a chance.
But Brian Ford made sense though, 'cause, like him and Tua just not.
true.
They were not. He
Like,
would have.
they're not gonna like in one season repair that and be like, oh, we're fine.
Yeah.
Like we said in I think it was the last one or the one before. Like Tua's gonna have that in his head. This guy doesn't like me.
Yeah.
But I think the Dolphins expected more this year
Yeah.
than what they got.
They had injuries though. Will
I think
Fuller took steroids. Devontae Parker didn't play all
I think
season.
Fuller's
Deshaun
not
Watson
that
should
great.
go.
I
He's
really
always
like him.
injured.
Though. I
Their
really
big
like him.
their big thing was Waddle. Waddle had a good season.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah,
He broke the reception.
The rookie record.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Um,
Little penguin.
They need a running
Yeah.
back.
The
too.
touchdown.
they do. Miles Gaskin's not so good. I don't know. I think Urban Meyer should come back. Liked him, but anything else? Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, comment on this YouTube video. Check out our TikTok. We're always posting TikToks. They've been doing better recently. We're gonna start posting more on Instagram, and then just even clips. We're gonna start getting more clips. So, and then even any suggestions you guys want us to talk about, because the football season's kind of wrapping up. There's not like as many games we can talk about and everything, but
Yeah.
any categories you want insight on.
Yeah, like we're gonna slowly be moving into other sports like hockey, football, or not
Champions
football,
League's
soccer.
coming up.
Yeah, football.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy behind the camera, his name's Lucas Rego.
Rego, come in.
He knows. Come here.
Right.
He knows a lot about soccer. He's gonna be a soccer guy, so you're gonna see him more often when we talk.